this year, 2025, if you wanted to participate on this tournament, you had to pay a fee of $92,000. And amigos, it doesn't matter if you win, if you draw, or if you lose, you will never see that money back. That is just to participate on this tournament. And on this year, we have 179 boats participating. So make the numbers, folks, and that's why you can make a lot of money right here. Also, the participants of this tour, the goal of this tournament is see who may catch the biggest marlin. Because Los Cabos, this is a spot of the world where we are right now, it is also known as the world capital for black, blue, and striped marlin. And even when fishing is still a very important activity, folks, the only fishing that is allowed in these waters is sport fishing, which I think it's great because sport fishing tells us that whatever you catch, either or you eat it or you let it go. So I think that's a good way to keep balance with nature, right over here. So with that being said, I need to stand up for this. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please take a look to the right of the bus. Okay, you're gonna see that ridgeline, that hill to your right, and we already passed by that place. That's the entrance of the marine area. I just wanna give you a quick reference. From that ridgeline to the back, to the north and to the left, all of that is the Pacific Ocean. From this ridgeline to the north and to the east or to the right, that is the Gulf of California, also known as the Sea of Cortez. Okay, now the Gulf of California, ladies and gentlemen, it has nothing to do with the Gulf of Mexico. The Gulf of Mexico is in the other side of Mexico. Okay, this is the Gulf of California, right over here. And before we leave this place, take a look in front of us. Can you see that stoplight and that crossroad? Okay, if we continue straight up, the way we're gonna do, that's highway number 1. And that's gonna lead you from here, from Cabo San Lucas, which is the southernmost point, to Tijuana. But folks, if we turn to the left 2 miles, this is part of the highway number 1, but this is going to connect us all throughout the Pacific Ocean. Okay, so in other words, if we use our imagination and we see the peninsula as a finger, that little piece of highway, that would be the tip of the finger. That would be like the loop of the highway. Okay, very, very important. Right over there. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to talk to you about our natural resources and the weather from here, because I want you to notice something very important. Take a look to the right of the bus and you're gonna see there is a lot of greenish. A lot of people, believe it or not, when they come to Cabo, specifically right here to the south of the peninsula, they get surprised because they were expecting to see a lot of dunes, a lot of sand, and when they see all of this greenish, they were like, how? I thought this was a desert. And amigos, most of the peninsula of Baja California certainly is a desert, but we have 5 different weathers right here. Actually, in the north of the peninsula, in a beautiful place called Ensenada, we have one of the only 5 Mediterranean weathers from all over the world. A Mediterranean weather, folks, is basically when you have rains on the winter time instead of on the summertime. Okay, so that's why in Ensenada we have vineyards. Maybe in California you have Sonoma or you have Napa Valley. Well, here in the peninsula we have the Santo Tomas Valley and the Guadalupe Valley. And even when we have no Mexican grapes, because it doesn't exist endemic grapes from Mexico, grapes like Carmener, Nebbiolo, Shiraz, Sauvignon Blanc, and Cabernet Franc, they really like this soil. So if you ever have the chance to try a wine from this region, believe me, you won't be disappointed. Now, with that being said, the reason why you can see a lot of greenish, and I'm about to show you even more, and I'm about to show you also the endemic vegetation from this place, the reason why we can have this vegetation here is because, believe it or not, the south tip of the peninsula belongs to the tropical area of the world. And you may think I'm crazy, but let me give you an example. If once again we use our imagination and we see planet Earth as a circle and we split that circle by the half, that imaginary horizontal line is going to be the Ecuador. To the top of the Ecuador, you have the Tropicos of Cancer. And folks, the Tropicos of Cancer crosses the beautiful town of Todos Santos only 84 kilometers north from here. Okay? And below the Ecuador, you have the Tropicos of Capricorn. that crosses South America, countries such as Chile, Paraguay, Argentina, and Brazil.